I also employ something called the cognitive biases. Now, these were first discovered by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. Kahneman actually won a Nobel Prize for this. The cognitive biases are simple psychological or behavioral psychology that allow you to understand how people think, how they get through, how they navigate a persuasive presentation. I'll give you 3 quick examples of cognitive biases. The first one is called Optimism Bias, right? So soon a bunch of presidents, 35,000 presidents will take over for 35,000 clubs all over the world. And some of those presidents will have what's called optimism bias. Their attitude will be, well, COVID's over now. I can't do worse than last year. I don't really have to try. I could just phone this presidency in and everything's going to be fine. And they will find out very quickly that's not how you have a good year as president of a Rotary Club. The opposite of optimism bias is pessimism bias. And pessimism bias says, well, our club hasn't grown for 4 years. We've had some pretty good presidents before me. I might as well not even try. And that president would be a victim of pessimism bias. A third type of bias is blind side bias. As a communication consultant that comes in and works with sales teams and leadership teams, I've got an executive coaching session online right after this session today. As a consultant, my job is to tell these executives what's working in their organizations and what's not working. And when I tell them what's not working, invariably the executive says to me, they even go like this, they use my own techniques against me. They go like this and they go, I don't see it. And I'm like, well, of course you don't see it. It's your organization. You have blindside bias. We all have things we don't see coming. And so as a consultant, I'm trying to help him see that blind spot, right, that he can't see. And that's my challenge in the consulting world. I also teach 22 sales closes. So there are lots of different techniques for persuasion. A very quick example of that is called the right angle close or the sharp angle close. A lot of people get mired in answering all the objections, trying to deal with people that have issues with different characteristics of whatever it is you're trying to get them to do. And sometimes I've just closed a deal by saying, why don't you just try it? You can always get a refund if you don't like it, or you can always quit the club in 90 days if you don't like it. Why don't you join? I bet you're going to really enjoy it. And they say, okay. And they give me an application. And I got a pretty good record for bringing Rotarians in, often with that very same right angle or sharp angle close.